session. That was one of the first sessions, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That was when you had them bubblegum cookies, bro. That was the real original cookies, bro. And like that shit was different, bro.
Used to mean something to get some cookies back in the day, especially like some
Yeah,
real
bro.
cookies back in the day.
Now everything is just some cook, bro. I'm a victim of that, bro. I'll be saying some shit. I'm like, I don't know, bro. You see what it looked like? It's probably some type of cook. I don't know, bro.
They funny too. Like, okay.
But
As long as they got that look, that smell.
look, bro.
Really, how much
Man,
it changed. Like,
what happened to green crack, bro? What happened to these
oh, I fucking
strains?
forgot
Green
about
crack,
green,
blue
bro.
dreams,
They
I was
used to
green
be
bro.
crack a couple
cool.
months.
Bro, you got
Bruh.
some? Was it this? Was it?
It felt the same,
Felt
bro.
the
It
same.
felt because it was like super green and it had like you know how it had like those stems, like
Yep,
kind of had like the long
long
stem stick.
stems.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
People see that now and just think bad weed. No, bro, that's not always bad weed, bro. It's like weed is a plant. That shit grows in so much different ways, bro. Like I'll smoke some green crack still. Y'all
So,
niggas-
that's
niggas
what I
be
thought when I
hating,
saw
Oh,
it.
that was a time, bro. Back before weed was legal, buying weed in Vallejo was like buying weed legally in Vallejo before weed was actually legal. It's like one of the best things, bro.
That shit was easy, bro.
That shit was crazy,
nigga.
bro. Yeah, because I remember that shit wasn't normal. Because that shit was happening like when we were like 16. Everybody that was 18 was getting the cards.
Was
and
getting their
shit,
cars, bro.
Yeah.
Sending one person with a card to get weed for everybody, bro.
Living in the future.
Niggas was trying to.
Will was living in the future. I remember when I turned 18, I did my little thing to get my card. I went on the little video call with the dude.
Yep.
And then I told him I couldn't sleep and I couldn't eat. And he was like, okay, for sure. And then he's like, I'm gonna write you your prescription right now. I'm gonna send it over. But I was like, shut, like literally that fast. That's all I told him. And that's
the most
direct response.
Nerve-wracking experience. Like just being going on Google, Reddit, trying to figure, or probably not even Reddit back then. It's like, what's gonna happen? What do I say to make sure? Oh, nigga, you just go in and say you can't sleep, bro, or just say you have anxiety, and it's over, and that's it. You yourself a medical.
That's what's crazy because by the time we did it, like I remember because I feel like me and you got our cards at the same time. Like by the time we did it, it was all digital. But like I remember Amari and Misa. I think when Amari and Misa got theirs, bro, they actually had to go into like a doctor, like in or the city or some shit. Where'd you go to yours at? Was yours in Vallejo, Mikey?
Yeah, because that's back then. The dispensaries would just low key just have a doctor that they would just have there and give you your lick so you can go with your weed right then after type shit.
Fake ass doctor. That's hella funny. I was terrified, bro. And it really, the more I look back, I feel like not too long after, and more I look back, I was like, bro, I actually need this shit, and I do have anxiety. Why am I even nervous about like trying to tell this nigga I have anxiety? Like I'm over here sweating bullets in this motherfucker that can mumble and can barely get a sentence out, nigga. Like yeah, nigga, you can't hold a regular conversation at work, bro. You need weed. You're the pro. You have anxiety. It's okay. You should go get a recommendation. But I went to Amoeba Music in San Francisco. It's a record store on H Street. And I was like, that was before I ended up living closer over by Golden Gate. But not really over there on Haight Street anytime like that. I was living by SF State, so I was like, just moved to the city, and I got to take the bus over to Haight Street and go to this record store. And then like I don't even know like what am I supposed to say? Like how was it even set up? But it was like they had like an arrow on the floor, like the weed doctor recommendations are upstairs. Just follow the arrows on the floor. And I just took them all the way upstairs, and it was waited for like 10 minutes in this like weird little office space they had. And I go in, and it was this black dude was bald with this he looked like a wrestler. He had this big ass goatee. I was just like, who the fuck? Like he just looked like a straight character.
The T-bone nigga from the Hot Shots golf game.
Yep. Like that's how you just like, oh man. I was like, what the fuck is this? I didn't expect him to be black, but then also I was just thrown off because I was like, bro, like it's like the patch with the big goatee, I was just like, who is this? It looked like he was in a rock. It looked like he was in a rock band or he was a wrestler. And I was just like, yeah. I walk up. I'm on Haight Street. I go up a record store or go upstairs at a record store, and this guy's supposed to give me my recommendation. I'm over here terrified that I'm about to be talking to a real doctor about like what's it called, and I'm still terrified because I'm looking at this nigga's a real doctor, and I like got to convince him that I really have anxiety, and I really do have anxiety. It just took like 2 minutes, and it was just like he just was writing it before I could even finish talking.
That nigga was not writing shit, bro.
No, not even writing. He just signing. Like he just signing the shit. He just had a stack of papers, and he's just like, "What's your name?" And just like, "All right, go ahead." Like,
the fact that niggas is in a record store is crazy.
Music
they know
upstairs,
what
that
they
shit used
doing.
to be- that was I don't know if they still do it. I'm saying that was 2000 and that might have been 2015 still. That might have been like 2015. That was like right when I moved to the city.
That's when I got mine too.
But it's crazy. It's crazy because I definitely think it's like when you're younger and you like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm getting over like because I don't need this shit. Then you just older you get, it's like, oh no, nigga, I really just can't sleep. Like I need this shit. I can't. I wasn't even lying about my insomnia shit. My nigga,
3 hours a night.
That's the one thing that weed really changed for me, bro. Like that shit did just help me sleep, bro. Like I used to really have hella trouble sleeping and shit, but that shit, even still now that I don't even really get high like that no more, I still hit some weed and I can still go to sleep if I hit some
the last
weed.
thing I do before I go to sleep every night.
It is, bro.
Go hit the wood real quick.
A couple times.
And it just be like having that shit in your system because like obviously you probably to hit before you go to sleep, but even days like I'll just be able like I can fall asleep if I smoke weed that day. I can fall asleep that night versus like if I like when I do my tolerance breaks when I be traveling, it's like it's 4 a.m.
Yeah,
it's 4 a.m. and it's just ain't shit I can do about this shit. Actually, it's crazy.
Sweating.
4 a.m. is boring without weed too. That's what's the thing for me. It's just like, all right, I'm gonna be up. Like whether the weed works and putting me to sleep or not, I'm gonna be up at this time. So it's like I want to be laughing and shit, not like over here wondering about. I remember Jordan 21 when I was 14. He was like, not supposed to stay up after 3 a.m. That's when the weird stuff.
Oh, I used to say that was witch out.
All types of shit. I was like, my brain's that latched in my brain. You said it too early in my brain.
Left my brain.
If I'm awake anytime getting close to 3, I'm like, well, I just have to make it through the entire 3 now. Like I don't want to be like I'm gonna be awake now. I'm like it's for like now some of the most fun I have is like 3 to 4 a.m. I be cracking up laughing and shit like that. Like I flipped it, but I was like it started as all because Jordan told me like, nah, that's when the shit go down. I was like, all right. Well, this is when the good shit goes down now. Like give me some weed and I'm good.
Nah, I used to try to stay up through that.